Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by VFC Welterweight Brian Houston. Brian, how are you?
I'm fine. Happy to be on your show today.
Sure, thanks for doing it. I know you're a very busy man, so I really appreciate you taking the time to talk. I know it is fight week, so you're probably very busy right now.
Man, it's cool, man. I've done all the work, man. All the work is finished.
Okay.
So we just hanging out right now, doing some fine tuning. There's no problem. I don't mind. I don't say too much anyway.
Okay. June 6th, VFC Fight Night. You're going to be back in action. I'm just curious, since this is fight week, what's your schedule like from now until the fight?
Well, today, get up. You're going to have you're still going to do a lot of practicing and drilling, but it's not going to be as intense, because we're cutting weight. So pretty much the same type of schedule, just, get up, have practice, then rest, then check your weight, and get up, maybe have another practice. It's just a bunch of drilling, and then come back, check your weight, and you're continuously eating, little bits here and there, still eating a lot of meals. But it's pretty much the same as a regular week. You're just focusing more on sharpness, health, and your weight.
When do you fly out for the fight?
I fly out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think the flight leaves around 10:30.
You're still training out of American Top Team in Coconut Creek, Florida, right?
Yeah. Coconut Creek, Florida. Yeah, I'm down here right now.
American Top Team is one of the best teams in the world. You can throw a rock in that gym and hit a great fighter. So I'm just curious, I gotta know, what's it like training with those guys on a day-to-day basis?
I've been here so long, but initially it was eye-opening. Because there was a lot of high-level guys here, and when you see guys that have fought for the belt, now that we have a belt, you see guys that fought all over the world. These guys are here every day. It was humbling and inspiring at the same time. But now, it's just my teammates. It's just regular. I've been here for close to 2 years, so it's pretty regular now. These are my teammates, my friends, colleagues.
Now, refresh my memory. When exactly did you start training at American Top Team? Was it before the Trevor Smith fight?
I made the move in I think it was November, or it was either late November or early December is when I made the move. And I had the fight. I had the fight set up with Trevor Smith. So they said, well, we're going to go down to Florida. I said, I don't want to go down here and just be down here. I need to make the choice to come down here and take this serious. So I think around late November, early December, I made the choice to leave and come down full time and start my camp and all the rest of my camps here in Coconut Creek.
You're full-time in Florida now?
Yes, full-time.
Is this all you do?
My only job. I got a little side job, but I get up every day and I go to the gym. That's my 9 to 5.
Okay.
And honestly, that's kind of how I knew it would be when I came down here, because it's my 9 to. It kind of is my 9 to 5 too in Omaha, but here it's more structured because I have to travel to too many different places. And here at American Top Team, the reason why I say this is arguably the best gym in the world is because everything is right under one roof. Everything you need. And it's right there. And everybody knows exactly what you're doing.
Right.
And it's just easy. All you got to do, if you go in, I promise you, if you go in American Top Team and you're open-minded, you'll walk out 1% better every day. And that's a promise. I don't care what you do, whether you're lifting weights, sparring, training, drilling, or whatever. You'll leave out, if you're open-minded, you will leave out 1% better every day. It's that much information flowing through that place, literally. You've got national and world level wrestlers. You've got national and world level guys, a multitude of them in every single aspect. Like, there's no aspect that we don't have someone that's top in the world in it, if not arguably one of the best.
Right.
You know, so it's. I mean, you got a lot of knowledge and experience here.
Right.
It's hard. You can't buy stuff. You can't buy that. You know, that's just what you can't buy. I mean, well, you kind of can buy it, but but I don't know.
Were you trying to make a dig at Glenn Robinson right now at the Black Zayans?
Not really, but I mean, I'm just saying you can buy it, but you can't buy it. You know, there's aspects of it that you can buy, but you know, you can't make guys unite and be a team. I don't know how much of a team they are over there. I'm not saying they're not. You know, I don't know anything about them. I've actually never gone to that gym, never set foot in it. So I don't know much about them. So I really can't say anything about them. But if I was to make a joke, it would be that.
Okay. Okay. Who are your coaches? Because I've been watching The Ultimate Fighter, and it seems like American Top Team has a ton of coaches. So who are the ones who specifically work with you?
The ones, it really all depends on who's in the gym. You know, because we have so many coaches that are in and out, cornering guys or going here to gain more information for the gym. It's kind of hard. Like, but a mainstay would be, I'd say maybe. It's kind of hard. Like I literally work with all the coaches. Like literally, I work with every one of them as far as like tweaks. But I mean, if you want to brass tacks and just, I work with mainly Dia Davis and Mikey Rod. I say them and Maliki Freeman. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt here, and either King Mo and Kami Barzini. And I'd say as far as like most classes and late night drilling, I'd say it would be those. But as far as like coaching, I mean, you kind of coach. There might be that many coaches in the gym, but you're kind of coached by everybody. If it's not, you know, right on or you know, out the side or I mean, it's just everyone's always coaching somewhere, even from the guys. Right. I coach guys.
Right.
You know, I mean, everybody kind of coaches a little bit here and there. It's really that much. It's really that much experience in there.
Who's been helping you get ready for this fight? Who are some of your main sparring partners? Because obviously American Top Team has a lot of welterweights. So who are your main sparring partners and who's been helping you get ready for this fight?
For me, it's different. I don't spar with just 70, with just guys, with just welterweights because I'm a very big welterweight.
Right.
So I spar with 205ers down to welterweight, but not many welterweights. Only the ones that can go with me.
Okay.
So I'd probably say I don't know all their names. What's the name? Okay, well, Tiago, spar with him a little bit. Spar with Tiago Alves. Santiago. I forgot his last name though. Man, I'm a little embarrassed. I forgot my teammate's last name. He's actually in the UFC. He's 21-2. He's a welterweight too. King Mo. What's his name? It's really a lot of guys. I'll just leave it right there. I'll be talking too long.
Oh. Okay.
Because I really don't know all the guys I've been sparring with. I've been sparring with a lot of different guys. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of answering your question, but only halfway because it's kind of hard to answer every single question when it comes to volume.
Okay, fair enough. Who's going to be cornering you for this fight?
It was supposed to be King Mo, but he's got something he's got to do with Bellator that same weekend. So I'm not going to be able to bring anyone from down here, which is cool because I still have so many guys there in Omaha. So I've got Red Spikes, well, Jackie Spikes. He's actually Terrence Crawford's He's one of his cornermen. Then Anthony Smith. He's currently fighting in Bellator.
Right.
He was I think he's also the current CFFC middleweight champion.
Right.
And who else? They are. And Ben Hughes. He's actually my first Thai boxing coach ever. To actually sit there and take time and take me around and actually explain the art. So those would be my 3 corners. I think they might only allow me to have 2, but we'll see when I get down there.
You brought up Anthony Smith, and Anthony Smith actually holds a win over your opponent. Have you picked his brain at all leading up to this fight?
Oh, yeah. I didn't need to pick much. He let me know what the deal was. I got off the phone. I was like, oh, okay, cool. You don't really need to talk too much. Me and him were the same type of fighter. We're thinkers. Smart guys. So we're gonna assess things. He let me know what I need to look for, and he's gonna probably explain a little more to me when I see him tomorrow. And that's it. I don't really you don't really have game plans. You have things that you do well, things that he's susceptible to, and what he does well, and what chance I'll be susceptible to, whatever that he's able to do as far as his major punches or strikes or game plan or whatever he brings to the table. But we're really concentrating on just adjusting. You get in there, no one's going to fight you the same. So you're going to get in there and you're going to see what they're doing. He's still going to have the same, I guess the way that he throws or what he likes to do. But everybody's going to fight you different. No one's going to just fight you the same way. So you get out there and your main deal is to adjust. And that's pretty much what we've gone over. He let me know a couple things, but we're gonna get in there, see what he's got, and we're gonna adjust. Is that easy? It's not. We make it easy. Don't make this game too hard.
Right.
Make it easy. Keep it easy. Keep it light.
Right.
I mean, I like to do it a different way. I like to set traps. I like to play. I like to do things in there. I don't just like to go out there and just beat them to death. That's not fun. Ain't no point in me getting in here and doing all that training for that.
Right.
I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna outclass you. I'm gonna bang you up. Don't get that twisted. But I'm gonna outclass you. That's what people want to see. They want to see activity, they want to see knockouts, and they want to see people getting outclassed. Bar brawls are over with. We want to see people get outclassed. We want to see technique. We want to see skill and activity. So and that's what I'm going to bring to the table. That and adjusting.
Right.
It's easy.
Right.
Just don't make it hard. That's one thing I like from boxing. From the many coaches I've had in boxing, Midge Minor, Red, Terrence Crawford, just a slew of other coaches, Harley Cooper, just a lot of coaches. That's just there in Omaha. They all said, man, make it easy. Don't make it hard, man. Forget about what they want. Make it easy.
Right.
The easier I make this fight, the better I'm gonna make it look. So make it easy. And that's one thing you get out of boxing, man. I say out of everything else, one thing they say and they repeat it is make it easy. Don't make it hard on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, they're going to keep this basic, make it easy, and go in there and get this W, man. I'm not playing with them. I'm not trying to look great. I don't care what happens. I know I'm going to look good. It's
right.
Technique. That's what people want to see. I need to get in there. I need to get the job done.
Are you from Nebraska, born and raised?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Riverdale, Georgia, baby. Yeah, man, I'm from Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy. But I've been in Omaha for a while now, and that's my second home because that's where I'd say I found myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's where all this started. It started in Omaha. I got a lot of love there, so if Like, that's why I'm just trying to, when I get there, I need to save some money so I can get there and buy me a Nebraska cap.
Right. Right.
I want to rock one for my walkout.
What brought you to Nebraska?
Wow, it's a funny story. I was playing indoor football, and I kind of got kicked off the team in Iowa. So I ended up having a tryout in Omaha, and so I left, went to Omaha that same day, and made a team, and played maybe a season. Then I was going to come back and play another season, but I picked up fighting because I heard about the fighting scene here but there in Omaha, and so I want to see it. And let me do something as far as off season so I can be ready for the season. So, all right, so I went there. I started training. Got fun. I won fights, and then going into the second season, I hit a crossroads. And there was a point where I was like, I need to stop this. I need to stop one of these. So I stopped football and just started fighting full time. I didn't really know exactly what was going to happen. I just knew I wanted to put my energy in fighting and not football anymore. I said, I'm going to do it and let's see how far I can go. I mean, to be honest with you, that's how I started.
Mm.
I mean, I'm a simple guy, and I don't start things out of I don't just start it out of the blue. I mean, but it's a pretty simple process. I want to put my energy in this, and let's see where it goes.
Mm.
I didn't put too much thought into it. It was just me understanding that I'm tired of living this life. Let's see what this life gives me.
We'll talk a little bit more about your football days because I want to know something about that a little bit later. But back to fighting. Have you been watching The Ultimate Fighter this season?
Oh, of course. We're on it. Yeah, we got, I won't spill the beans or anything, sure. But we do well.
Right. It's a welterweight season, but you're not on it. I'm just curious as to why. Is it because you already fought in the UFC and they wanted guys who...
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It was pretty much, they said they're trying to get away from having guys that have already been in the UFC.
Mm.
So even if I did have, even if I only had, when it started, when it was coming, I only had 7 fights. So, I mean, they said still, no. They just really didn't want to have guys that were already in the UFC. They wanted to have guys that were pretty much at scratch level, regional guys.
Okay.
I mean, I can understand that.
Okay. I was just curious about that. I thought I was leaning towards that was the reason, so I was just... Yeah, that
was the reason. I mean, because when I heard the show was coming here, I was like, oh, let me start getting ready. Let me start eating right so I can start getting ready to cut down to 70. And then I found out that they didn't want, already UFC fighters, previous UFC fighters on the show. So I was like, all right, I'll just do the weight cut for myself there.
You fought twice in the UFC, and you went 0-2 in those fights, losses to Derek Brunson and Trevor Smith. I'm just curious, now looking back on it, obviously it's easier because hindsight is 20/20, but looking back on it now, obviously when you got the call, you couldn't say no to them. It's the UFC. It's the biggest fight organization in the world. You got to jump on it when they call. But I'm just curious, looking back on it now, was it a little bit too soon for you to be in the UFC?
I mean, honestly, I don't think so. I mean, because I was on that level. Mm-hmm. I was on that level with those guys. But, stuff happens. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, I don't think that I was too soon for me. Maybe I say, if anything, I should have been at American Top Team previously. At least 6 months before I went to the UFC, so I could be prepared totally. So yeah, I'd say it was a little too soon.
Mm. Okay.
That's as far as training wise, but not my level of fighting. But I can fight with anybody. I can fight with anybody there. It was just other things the little small things that I needed that I would have gotten here at American Top Team. So,
how fast did your run in the UFC go by through your eyes? Because you had the 2 fights and then they cut you. Did it seem like you were barely there? Did it seem like a blink of the eye and then you were back out on the regional circuit? Did it seem like it went?
It went by fast. 'Cause, I mean, like, I got the call, then because of medical issues, I couldn't fight. So, I mean, but then I ended up getting a fight, like maybe 3 weeks later. They told me, all right, yeah, now you got to fight. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then I had a fight. Then I had another fight right after that. And, man, right after that, then I get cut like maybe a month later, a couple months later. So, I mean, yeah, it went fast. Like, the whole experience went fast. Like, both the fights were bam, bam. Like, no time between anything. It was just bam, bam. Like, you know, I feel like I would have rather maybe waited a few months, you know, and move down to American Top Team first and then have that second fight. But, I mean, I feel like right now, you know, it happened. I'm happy it happened because I don't think I'd have been training and been as focused or as hungry as I am now, you know?
Right.
I mean, I understand everything happens for a reason. You know, it's a bigger reason of just the UFC, but at the same time, I mean, it does include that. So I get irritated, let's not get it twisted, but
right.
I understand at the end of the day that it's all for the best.
Since you got cut by the UFC, you fought only once since being back out on the regional circuit. I'm curious as to why. Has it been difficult for you to find fights? Have you had injuries that have prevented you from fighting? What's the story there?
It was tough initially. Well, when I first got out, it was damn near impossible because I wasn't in victory, and guys didn't want to just bring me on their regional scene to beat up their guy, you know. So, and it was kind of hard getting guys to come down here. So it was just real hard, like extremely hard, like, and then it got a little easier because I got a fight, but then he couldn't get here, so that fight was scratched. So that pushed it to like that was like 7 months without a fight, 7, 8 months. But then I had a guy to accept the fight, but he wanted 5 months to fight me. I mean, it was just cool, I got a fight, but dang, 5 months? So, going into that fight, I hurt myself.
Right.
I break my rib, and I pop it, break it, and I pull my ab, like I pull it back. I think I tore it a little bit, yeah, because it was missing. Couldn't lay down for like 2 weeks. Like I had to like scrunch up, and I ended up having to take the fight. Took the fight, lost. Then I had a bunch of guys wanting to fight me, but I couldn't fight them because I was hurt. So then it was still hard to get fights. Then once I got better, then still really didn't have many offers. And then maybe a month later, then I finally got some offers. But like it took a while between like the one thing that could happen to really mess it up happening to me being hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Or just, I mean, it's weird. Like I couldn't make it up. Like, every time I had a fight, something went wrong. Like literally, he couldn't get there. I'd be ready, but he couldn't get there. And then, or I'd be hurt, or it was always something.
Right.
It was weird. Like for a full year. Yeah. So it's been odd. I mean, it's frustrating. Like, because I really didn't understand why. You know, like, why would every fight I have, why would dude not be able to make it to the fight? They get you the ticket, and you can't make it because either you're not going to get in on time, or you're getting snowed in, or it's delayed. Like, literally, every fight went like that. Like, I didn't get it. Like, that was weird. So, and then when I finally get a fight, but yeah, I hurt. But yeah, it's just weird. Not hard, but just weird, man. Like weird, oddly hard.
Right. Right.
I guess that's how I would explain it. Just oddly hard.
Is this fight going to be your welterweight debut?
I'll give you that in a little bit more. No, yeah, that's all. Yes, this will be my. I'm sorry, I was talking to my roommate. Yeah, this will be my welterweight debut.
Okay.
I already made the cut, just so I can make sure. And also, I wanted to get my body down there so I could be used to it, so I can already be used to it for the second time. Yeah, but this will be the first time I actually drop and compete.
Now, did you hire a nutritionist or someone to help you make the cut, or you said yeah?
Yes, I did. Her name is Shauna Skillstad. She's out of Omaha. She's affiliated with how do you pronounce it? Fitchucate. That's her brand. But yeah, she's great. What I love about her is what I love about Shauna is she explains everything to me. Like I'm one of those little kids that ask why about everything. And what she does is she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind answering all my questions. Like she'll answer my question at 1:30 in the morning. She'll be up doing stuff. Text her. She'll answer it right away. She's made this cut like so much easier. Like this cut is gonna be exactly like a middleweight cut. Like I'm actually lower. I'm not. I'm around the same. When I first used to start cutting the middleweight, I'm around the same weight. I'm around the same weight that I would be for fight week for middleweight that I am for welterweight right now. So like she's done a great job by helping me and letting me and kind of putting me on game, letting me know why I need to do what I need to do and how to do it. You know, I mean, she does a lot more than that. You know, she explains it to you. She wants you to be able to do it yourself later on. She's probably the best person. She's the best nutritionist that I've ever had. I mean, I've gotten some great nutritionists, and they've had me on my weight on point. But as far as like our communication, that's what puts her in another league with me. She knows how to explain everything to me.
Right.
She knows what to say and how to say it, and make sure. And she always makes sure that I'm confident about my health and my weight and my nutrition.
How did this relationship start? Did you reach out to her? Did she come to you? How did this all come together?
I just got back from Omaha to Florida, South Florida, and she kind of just hit me up on Facebook. She was like, "Yeah, I'd like to know if you had a nutritionist." I was like, "Well, I was working with someone, but we didn't talk much, and he was really busy a lot." So I was like, "Well, I do, but I wouldn't. I still have an open ear, so I'll listen to what you got to say." So we started talking, and she sold me. She just started talking to me and explaining things to me and letting me know the things that I needed to do. And I mean, we kind of like hit it off on day one. And I was like, wow. And from then on, like, she's been my nutritionist. Like from that call to now, she's been on Team Houston.
How did she know to hit you up? Did you make it public that you were going to drop to 170, or did she just contact you out of the blue?
No, she contacted me out of the blue.
Oh.
We were already friends on Facebook.
Okay.
So she hit me up with a message, and pretty much asked me, do you have a nutritionist you work with? I'd like to work with you. If you'd like to sit down or talk or have or something over a phone call that we can meet, I'd love to do it. I was like, oh, hey, cool. I don't mind. Like I was saying to you before, I have somebody, but I listen to what you got to say. So, I mean, that's pretty much how it started. I gave her my number. She called me. We started talking, and from then on, she's been working with me. Well, we've been working together.
When was the first time you thought about dropping to welterweight? Was it because it's something that's long overdue and you should have done it a long time ago? Or is it something where, because your last 3 fights have all been losses and at middleweight, you're thinking about dropping down to welterweight and trying to get something going, get a spark going, get some momentum, get some wins? Why the drop to 170, and when was the first time you thought about making a move?
We've been talking about this for over 2 years.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't want to do it. I mean, I could still compete at middleweight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I didn't care about it. Only thing that made me do it was because I know it'll help out with my career. It'll help fast track, you know, a little bit more than what's going already. You know, you never know, it could skyrocket. But that's pretty much how Monty Cox explained it to me. You know, with my tools and with the fact that I can make this weight class healthy, I do a lot of damage in this weight class. So, you know, we thought about it because I'm still a really high-level fighter at middleweight. I just didn't want to change my life. So, to go to 70, I didn't want to change the way I ate.
Okay.
I didn't want to have to run so much.
Oh.
I didn't want to make the sacrifice. But, you know, now that I've been pushed in that direction, I mean, it's not even bad. I should have probably done this a long time ago. They hit me off with the idea even before I got to the UFC. Right when I got there, they hit me off with the idea. I thought about it. We had thought about it before, and I was like, my other trainers told me I could easily make it, so I just knew I would have to make sacrifices. I just didn't feel like it was viable right now. Even I felt like it was pointless right now because I was doing so well. I'm still doing well, but I mean, you know, 3 in a row on a skid no one wants to have. So it's kind of like starting anew. Get myself a 0-0 slate now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I heard a rumor that this isn't the first time that you've been matched up with Victor Marino. You were supposed to fight him a couple months ago. Is that true, or is that just a rumor?
Remember, like I said, I had some fights that I couldn't take?
Right.
That was one we just said, we're not going to take it, because I said, well, it's short notice, and I still hadn't gotten healthy yet. So I was like, dude don't suck. So let me not just take him lightly. So I was like, you know what? I turned the fight down. It was for like a championship fight, and my ribs were still like they had just stopped moving around about a month ago. So, so I was like, man, I'm not gonna take this fight. I'll wait. But I told him, I said, man, I won't take it. It was too short notice. But I said, I'll fight you next. I told him to tell him that. I think I talked to Stacey. She said she didn't tell him, but it didn't matter because we're fighting now anyway.
Right.
So.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I made the conscious decision to not fight again when I was injured.
And it works out. It's a better deal now.
Yeah,
You're made
yeah, exactly. It worked out. I made the jump to 70. I feel great. Gave me time to get my body acclimated to the weight class, to the food I'm eating, to the training I'm doing. And, you know, I mean, I just needed to be patient. And with my ribs moving around inside my body without me doing it, it kind of makes you a little patient. Yeah, it does. It makes you a little patient, man.
Right.
So,
this Saturday, you're going to be fighting Victor Marino. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
This is going to be a fun fight. That's all I got to say about it. Damn. Oh, man, like, I'm not saying that as far as, like, disrespectfully.
Right.
I'm saying it because he's a great opponent. So he's going to come forward. He's going to fight, you know? So that's what I like. Come fight me, man. You know, don't do all this weird stuff. Come fight me. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to do. So we're going to have fun. I mean, we still going to have fun.
In this fight, since, you know, it's a big stage, you know, Victory, they're a very good show, out of the Midwest. It's a main event. Victor Moreno, he's on a really nice win streak right now. It's your welterweight debut, and you know you've fallen on semi-hard times, I guess you could say, with the last 3 fights. Going into this fight this time, is there anything you're looking to prove, and is there anything you're looking to showcase on June 6th?
Of course, man. I'm looking to prove that I'm what I am. I'm good, man. I'm on this level. That's what I'm going out there to prove, man. Like, I mean, it's irritating. You know, like, I'm not going to speak on it, but it's just irritating. You know, because I feel like I'm being doubted. Mm-hmm. You know, like, you talk a game in my face, but I know you're doubting me. Like, it's just how I'm feeling. I don't doubt myself. I have utmost confidence. But, like, come Saturday, man, like, what you think I am, I'm going to be. Like, that's said with the most passion I can say right now, but me needing to conserve energy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking to prove something, though.
Okay. Let's try to conserve a little bit more energy. Let's change gears a little bit. Let's transition to a segment I like to call Really Random. It's where I ask you a random question and you give me the real answer. So they're not hard. Some of them are custom made just for you, but some of them are just random ones I ask everyone. So here we go. First one. First girl you ever kissed, and how old were you when it happened?
Man, like a real good one, or just a little peck?
a real good one. One of those.
Okay, so with some tongue or something. All right, I was probably like I don't know, maybe 17. 16 or 17, something like that. When I got my real good first kiss. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You don't remember the girl's name?
I have no idea. Don't remember her name.
Okay. Superpower you would love to have?
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I don't really know. Like speed. Yeah, like speed. Being able to go anywhere as fast as I wanted to. That'd be cool. I have a car right now.
Okay.
So I could be like the Flash.
Okay.
Like go run to Vegas
right.
for 5 minutes. Go hang out.
Right. Favorite movie?
Oh man, it's kind of hard. It's either Paid in Full or The Last Dragon.
Okay.
Or Bruce Leroy.
Okay. Movie you've seen the most times?
Movie I've seen the most times. Oh man, I could give you a truthful answer, but you probably look at me real funny. And I'll explain it. I'm going to have to explain this answer to you. The movie I've seen the most times is While You Were Sleeping.
Okay. And why?
When I was playing football, I was in Bloomington, Illinois. Well, outside of the season, we they didn't pay for the house; we would pay for it ourselves. So it was only a couple guys living there, and we were kind of moving out the house. And so the power was out, and well, not the power was out, but no, I didn't. I only had a VCR and one tape because no one was really there, so I really didn't go anywhere. So I was just sitting there waiting for the rest of the guys to get there. So the only movie I had was a VHS tape of an old football game of when I was at Hampton University. We played against Morgan State, and VHS of While You Were Sleeping. I watched both of those back to back every day, so I wouldn't go stir crazy. That and I got on maybe the internet when I could. Other than that, yeah, it was While You Were Sleeping.
Okay.
Not because I really just wanted to. After a little bit, I kind of got into it. It wasn't that bad of a movie. You know, I actually watched it all the way through.
Okay.
About 40 times.
There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be embarrassed. I'm a Sandra Bullock fan too. It's all right.
Oh God, I'm black. I was just saying.
Favorite TV show on air currently, and favorite TV show off air that's no longer running.
Oh man, all right, Martin from my off air. Well, I mean, as far as new shows, But it's still on there, but it's like you got to catch it on like after dark or something like that, or one of those old cable channels or something. But one that's actually still on right now, man, that's kind of hard. I always watch TV. I'm always training or something. Let me think. Where do I catch the most? Yeah, I kind of can't answer that. I don't watch anything right now.
Oh, okay.
I really don't watch TV.
That's usually the answer I get. Fighters don't really watch much TV, so I'm used to that one.
I don't really watch much TV. I mean, if I do, it's like a movie here and there, but it's a lot of like film or watching other fights or chilling and doing other stuff, but not really a lot of like sitcoms. So you end up getting into them, and you're wasting time and not training.
Now, you played college football, like you mentioned. You just touched on it. You played college football at Hampton University. You were a linebacker when you played there? Yeah.
I was an outside linebacker.
Did you go there as a linebacker, or did they convert you to that?
Well, I mean, I went there as like an athlete. I could play safety, outside backer, or like a rover. I mean, but they tried to use me as like a smaller speed backer, so that's kind of what we did. But then we ended up moving into a regular 4-3, and I ended up just playing linebacker. I didn't really mind, but I was only like the same size that I am now. I was like 210, 205, so I wasn't that big, but I had a lot of speed, so that's what helped me.
Right. What positions did you play in high school?
Man, wide receiver, defensive end, linebacker, safety. And that's about it. Maybe long snap sometimes.
Now, besides Hampton, what other schools offered you?
Well, actually, I coming out of high school, I didn't go to Hampton University. I went to Alabama A&M University, where I'm on a football scholarship. And I always stayed there for two seasons. So we ended up getting a new coach, and I didn't want to stay anymore, so I left and went to Hampton with Fred Tice. He was already at Alabama A&M, so I kind of left. He left before me, so afterwards I called him and asked him, if I could come there, and he said, yeah, we'd love to have you, because he had previously coached me already. So
right.
I left Alabama A&M first, and then left and went to Hampton.
Did you have to sit out a year? Because I know if you go up or down, you don't have to.
Yeah, I sat out a year because which was really cool. I mean, because I didn't really have a redshirt year. I came in and played as a true freshman. And then, so when I got to Hampton, I ran track instead of playing football that year.
Okay. I was just curious about that. Now, you touched on it a little bit. You said you played indoor football. Did you try NFL, CFL, Arena 1, the big one?
Yeah, I did, but coming out of a 1AA school,
right?
Unless you're running top times, and I ended up getting hurt. I popped both my quads on my pro day. Really, popped them both. Well, I didn't pop both of them. Popped one, and then I tried to go to another pro day like a week later, and I ended up popping the other quad in that pro day. So I was initially gonna run a 4.4, but I ended up running a 4.7. So I mean, you're not really gonna look at a guy that's not running fast, pretty much, because that's what they want. They want speed. Right. And normally I run like a 4 flat to a 4.1 in the shuttle. I ended up not being able to run fast in the shuttle either because of my quad, so I just didn't perform well. And then after that, I was still kind of a little hampered with the quad, and so I ended up saying, forget this. I'll start here so I can at least play and see if I can work my way up. Okay. But I did go and look at the NFL first, and they wanted to look at me, but if you're not running fast times, or even if you get hurt, it don't matter. We got a stable of guys that'll come in and that'll be able to run the times. Yeah. Well, they probably, I don't know if everybody would have ran the times that I was running, but still, we got a lot of other guys that'll be able to play on this level. So. Right.
Right.
You know, they're not gonna worry about a guy like me getting hurt. They're just gonna move on to the next. I mean, and it's cool though because I mean, hey, look, I'm fighting. I'm happy now. Yeah. You know, I'm doing
everything worked out.
You know, something I want to do. You know, it worked out. You know, I'm not mad. I mean, because if I look at it right now, you know, if I'd actually like gone out there and been able to and not gotten hurt, man, I'd have been on somebody's team because I'd have ran fast.
Right.
That's just real. I'm not even like being funny. I'm not slow. I'm fast. Not even just fast on like hand speed. Like I'm fast. Like if I get out there and you time me, I'm fast. So I wasn't worried about my speed. If I'd actually got out there and not gotten hurt, and we were running on I was gonna run a 4.4 on grass. Mm-hmm. Like that means I was probably gonna run a 4.4 low on like a AccuTrack on like a Mondo surface or something because it's faster.
Right.
I mean, I'd have been on somebody's team. You know, but it had to. That's the thing, though. Like I said, you know, everything happens for a reason, and it had to happen. You know, everybody doesn't see things from hindsight, but it is what it is. Stop whining and stay on the path.
Right. Well said. Well said. What's the best thing that ever happened to you?
Best thing that ever happened to me? Well, a couple things, but I'll reserve to not answer that one yet.
Okay, fair enough. What about the worst? Or are you not comfortable with that?
The worst thing that ever happened to me?
Yeah.
Man, I kind of don't look at things hindsight and look at them as being bad. So I kind of really can't answer that. As far as like, well, I don't really have anything. I don't look at things like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I don't really look at things like that.
Okay, fair enough. What's your pet peeve?
Oh, God. Like, making me tell you something over and over again when I know you know how to do it. Or I know you know what you're doing. That's irritating. Like, me having to, like, repeat myself a lot when I know you know what you're doing. That's my pet peeve.
Okay, that's a good one.
It gets on my nerves.
Yeah, that's a good one. Who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, man, that's a good one. Damn. I never thought about that one, but I got a few. Who? Let me think, man. What's that girl name, man? Old girl, I'm trying to think of her name. She was in the movie ATL. I forgot her name though. The light-skinned girl, Lauren London.
Okay, yeah.
Lauren London, Megan Good, and what's that? Oh yeah, she bad. Hey, what's her name though? I think she would. I forgot her name. It don't matter. She got a husband anyway.
You said Lauren London, and I was just watching I Love You, Beth Cooper, and she's in that movie. So yeah, I know.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a real pretty girl. I like long hair too. So yeah, she seems pretty cool. But I like that look. You know, light skin, pretty girl, long hair, pretty girl committee.
Person you look up to the most?
My mom.
Okay.
It's the person I respect and love the most. You know what I mean? As far as like look up to, I mean, it's kind of hard. Like I look up to a lot of people, but it's for different reasons. You know. So, but I'd say if anything, it'd be my mom. Because she holds pretty much a lot of most of not all my extreme emotions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I like it. Now, if you found a magic lamp and you rubbed that magic lamp and a genie appeared and he granted you 3 wishes, what would those wishes be?
Oh man, yeah. Never thought about that. I don't know, off the top of my head, I don't really want to like wish for like Well, okay, well, hey, I don't have a car right now, so I wish for a car.
Okay. That's a good one.
Man, I wish for my mom, to have everything she needed, whenever she needed. Not to just be rich, but just if she needed something, bam, it's there. If she needed this, bam, it's there. Not just have a whole bunch of money or something or have a big house. Just whatever my mom needed, bam, she's got it right there and there. Okay. Maybe a third wish, I don't know. I'd give it to somebody because I don't need it.
Favorite song / favorite solo artist or band or whatever?
Oh, well, I listen to a lot of music. A lot of music. But most of the music I listen to is like maybe T.I., Jeezy, mainstream South rap, Georgia rap. Mm-hmm. A lot of R&B, some music, soul child. Excuse me. Maybe not really a lot of country. I mean, I can dig some female country videos.
Don't we all?
I'm not big into country or techno or the music where you can't understand what they're saying with the loud with the loud guitars. Yeah, but I pretty much listen to just about anything, but mainly just rap and some R&B, Usher, Neo. I listen to a lot of that before I go fight, honestly. Usher, Neo, some of that more dance and stuff, because a lot of what I do is footwork, so I want to get into the rhythm, so I listen to a lot of music. They might have them maybe mix in some Lil Wayne and some T.I. or something. Can't just have all R&B.
Now, if I gave you a gift card for $1 million to any store in the world, it can be a restaurant, it can be a retail store, anywhere. It's $1 million. It's a gift card. What would that card go to? What's the store that you would want $1 million worth of merchandise from?
Let me think. Damn. Oh, yeah. That's kind of hard. It had to be some type of clothing store.
Okay.
For that much money, I was thinking Dick's or something, so I can always have gear.
Right.
Shoot, why not have some? I don't know, maybe some Giorgio Armani or something.
Okay.
Like a tailored suits.
Right.
Something like that.
Right. We need to get you some Conor McGregor tailor-made suits, something like that.
Yeah, just put a little southern swing into it.
Yeah. That's good. What's your hidden talent?
Ooh, man. I got a couple of hidden talents, man. But let me think. I don't like to tell many people one of them, so I'll leave that one alone. But I'm a good negotiator. I'd say it's a tool I have. It's a talent.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, it gets me things. I know how to use I have the gift of gab if I need to use it.
Best advice you've been given through life and best advice you've been given through fighting?
Well, this sticks out. What my homeboy, he said, pay it forward, pretty much. If someone does something for you, don't worry about doing it back for them. It's like, just make sure you do the favor again for someone else. Pass it on. Pretty much saying, man, if I'm going to be nice to you, make the world nice. So I'd say it's probably the best. His name's Jake Teller. It's probably the best advice I've gotten. Just pay it forward. If you're happy, make somebody else happy. Don't just make me happy. Don't just make it go between me and you. Let's involve everybody else. And he said, what was the other thing he said?
And through fighting, best advice you got in fighting?
Stop thinking so much.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, when my homeboy Ben Hughes, one of my corners, he said, Brian, he said, man, when you stop thinking so much, man, you're dangerous, dude. I was like, that's true. So I just listened to him, and Ben Hughes, he said, stop thinking so much, man. Be dangerous.
Travel through time or travel through space?
I don't know. Let me think. That's a hard one. I say time. Mm-hmm. Just because, I don't know though, but time, it's a lot of. I think if I travel through time, it would freak me out. So not time but space. It freaked me out. So I'd rather travel through time.
Okay.
Yeah, I do time.
What do you worry about? What's something that keeps you up at night?
Is my mom okay?
Number one thing on your bucket list?
I don't have a bucket list.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going. Sorry, I was in between sips of water, and you didn't keep going, and I was like, I thought you were going to keep going. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I'm sipping water too.
Okay. Last question: if you could change one thing about the world, what would you change?
Man, nothing. It is the way it is because it has to be the way it is. So I'm not going to change nothing about it.
Brian, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank, and is there anything you'd like to say to the fans?
Yes, I do. I actually have a bunch of sponsors I need to thank. I'm at one of them right now, Bachshever Wellness Center. Dr. Harley Bachshever. Man, he's pretty much one of the, before I get on the model list, him and also Shauna, we talked about her previously too. But yeah, he's one of the biggest reasons why I'm able to do this at such a high level consistently the way that I'm doing it. Because I've been able to come in here and he's been able to take care of me day in and day out with any injuries, no matter what it is. I've always been able to help me. Even when I hurt my ribs, popped them and pulled them and torn, like they were still there and they were still able to help me. So, Bachshever Wellness Center, American Top Team. The other one, oh man, I wish he would have told me to have them on hand, because I got a few that I just don't remember. Shot a skill set with Pitch Tape. J General with FSE. That's actually off the top of my head. Those are the only ones I know. Because they still haven't given me the whole list yet, but off the top of my head, those are the only ones I know right now. I had more though, but they everything hasn't been finished yet and put on the shorts, and I haven't gotten the list yet of everything. So, so I'm kind of at a loss for words finally, huh?
Brian, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck June 6th, that VFC fight night against Victor Marino.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me on too. It was fun talking for so long. It was cool though, man. It was fun.